Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Economy Podcast. Today, I am very lucky to have Rozar in person here in LA. He decided to visit me. So, today we're going to be doing an in person episode. And, Rozar, I guess we can just get started by introducing you really quickly. I started to get to know Rozar when I joined the Stacks community, and he was pretty much, I guess, the community leader of Welsh, which was pretty much the biggest meme coin on Stacks, and I think still is. So I got to know him that way. I was running Pepe, which was a meme coin that I started, and I'm still working on at the moment. So I got to know Rozar. We hung out last year at EDC, and we've been hanging out ever since. And he's been working on some really cool stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to have him on the podcast and get to tell you a little bit more about himself and what he's been working on. So thank you for coming by.
Yeah, we were supposed to do this like 3 weeks ago, then I slept.
So. Yeah, I think it was literally Christmas Eve. You scheduled Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I was just like, I looked at my calendar. I was like, there's a bunch of free days.
I was like, I mean, I'll do it if you want to spend Christmas Eve together. We can do it. Yeah, but we're here now. This worked out. He's here in town, so it was honestly perfect. So we get to hang out a little bit. But I mean, I guess to start, I don't even know the story. Like, how did you get involved with like Welsh? What was your like start? Was that your first like real foray into crypto? Was that where you got interested? Like,
that was like my foray into meme coins, I would say, because like up until that point, I was like, prior to that, I was very like Bitcoin maximalist, and I got into Stacks, and I started like learning the ecosystem. And at the time, I would say most of 2023, I was just like doing DeFi stuff on Stacks. Like I was just LP farming, collecting yields, like boring shit. But it was working for me. I was liking it. And like that year was, I think, it was kind of sideways for Stacks, like ups and downs. But like Bitcoin was doing great. And, you know, I could like LP Bitcoin and stuff and get stuff and buy more Bitcoin. So it was good. But, you know, like Bonk and like Pepe on ETH were like blasting off, and everyone was getting excited about meme coins at the time. And Welsh was, you know, like it has a lot of provenance. Like it's a Bitcoin dog coin. It's been around for a long ass time. It was pretty well distributed to the community. And I was like, why can't we do this, you know, here on Stacks? So I kept trying to buy it. People kept selling it. Now, kind of just happened for like 6 months. Like
there was like a CTO, right?
Yeah, we kept trying, kept getting dumped on. It was an uphill battle, but eventually, somehow, enough people got wind of it, and in December of 2023, like it just kind of went viral. And the rest is somewhat history. Like people were trying Stacks the first time. People were, you know, no one could buy anything with slippage. It was hectic. Bunch of meme coin communities popped up. So yeah, I think it was a great catalyst. But the work ain't finished. So here we are.
And I mean, I remember watching like Rozar's posts on Twitter, and he was like one of the best I've seen. It just like motivating a super decentralized community, coming together, getting them psyched, and I was like, "Damn, this is how you do it." So
I feel like that's the DJ in me, just like hyping people up,
just
like,
go get people out there, just let's fucking go. And I mean, it was because it was like when I first launched like Bitcoin Pepe, I was like, I'm just gonna put Pepe on Bitcoin, and this was a podcast I did on here with Alex Labs, and I actually gave some away to some of you guys, so you might have some, you might not even know it. But that was all I was doing. But after I did that, I just started like lurking around, and Welsh was one of the only other things there at the time. It was pretty much like it was the first thing that was at least on StackSwap that I could see. But it didn't have like nearly the powerful community that it did now. And so it took like clearly a lot of organization and a lot of like getting people together. It
was like a disorganized organization. Like it's never really been.
That's kind of that's a beautiful thing though, if you can do that and make it work. It's not easy to do. I'm sure you've had like like Game of Thrones at some level. You've got different generals like jogging for control, and
people are dying left and right.
Yeah,
so many people have like exit the ecosystem, suffered some sort of character assassination.
Yeah.
It's survival out here. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm still alive.
Yay, that says something about you. It's not easy to do, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and I mean, you make a lot of friends along the way. Good people. I will say, like Stacks has a really kind ecosystem overall. If you were on like Soul or something like, you have no idea the fucking psychos you have to deal with. But Stacks is like attracted a really overall good group of people, which is why I like it. And Stacks is a Bitcoin layer too. It's
Mhm.
you probably honestly know more about it than me as a developer. Like, what attracted you to Stacks over, working on ordinals or runes? Like, you're a smart guy, you know where to invest your time. What is it about?
Well, when I first found Stacks, there was no ordinals or runes. Like it was pre-ordinals runes. Like at the time, it was the only thing that I was aware of that was actually trying to like build on Bitcoin, quote unquote. And like start from a Bitcoin centric point of view of like, okay, like we need to leverage Bitcoin's hash power to, secure this chain. Like we can't do proof of stake. We can't do some new thing. We have to leverage Bitcoin in some way. And, I think now with Nakamoto, that's fully the case. And I just saw that as a place where like I said earlier, like I was very Bitcoin maximalist coming into Stacks. So it was like really the only option I saw is like, this is like an ethical way to like work in crypto, but I can still do things like NFTs and enjoy that sort of like programmability layer that attracts me as a dev. So I like it. It's like a place where I can, I may not be a gigabrain enough to work on Bitcoin Core or like, the projects like Lightning where like this is like the path forward at the time. But I felt like Stacks is a place where I could be more creative, but also build stuff, try shit out. And I don't know, I like that. I like that narrative. So
I mean, look where they go with Lightning. Like, it doesn't matter if
honestly,
you're a gigabrain if no one gives a shit and you don't build interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
And you don't have good, marketing, you don't have good BD, and you don't have, good integration.
Honestly, so many things that are necessary to like for all these, for everything to work properly. I think everyone's still figuring it out. But yeah, I think runes are cool. I can't like I waited 30 minute blocks too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm done with it now. Like
I don't think degens can handle it. They're way too ADD at this point. Solana has them spoiled. ETH had them kind of spoiled, but it was too expensive. But like, I feel like this is the perfect happy medium of decentralization, reliability, security, and ultimately liquidity. If you can unlock all the liquidity of Bitcoin, like just bring all roads home to Bitcoin. You don't want to clog up the main chain with ordinals transactions. Like when ordinals were popping off, and I was like, "Oh, it's going to cost me $50 to send my Bitcoin right now." I was like, "You can't do this. You're going to fuck up this whole thing if you guys try to maintain this." And it didn't last for long. Eventually, people just gave up on it. And,
Yeah, it's kind of feels like things are going full circle right now, where it's like we've kind of done the round trip, and everyone's reflecting now on their poor decisions.
Yeah.
And I think that creates more Bitcoin maximalists. So, and then that's where I was when I saw the value in Stacks. So maybe we'll see some new entrants from this. I wish it didn't have to be like souls crushed to realize that this is the path forward, but it is what it is, I guess.
I mean, I think ETH has to get crushed first. I think ETH is going to get crushed. And I think a lot of ETH maxis are not into Sol because it's just not a compatible culture.
Well, yeah.
2D Gen.
They see it as a direct competitor, for sure.
For sure, a competitor, but also just it's not a cultural fit. And I don't know if the ETH maxis are a cultural fit with the Bitcoin maxis necessarily, but I think a lot of them would come over to Stacks if you can really sell them on the programmability, the security. They care more about the core values than just the speed and just the near-term profitability. I think they were more into building communities, building culture, building something that had staying power. But I think they were just kind of led astray, and all the foundation did was spend their money, sell off ETH, and Vitalik just kind of
not a great leader.
No, really didn't offer any direction. Just kind of amplified the weakest parts of the foundation and the culture.
I do wish that there was more collaboration between like I feel like the L1 communities and like Stacks, or it's almost like I don't even know, like other Bitcoin L2s that are not even, they're like ETH based, or they're, they almost get more attention from like L1 folks. So I don't know what the hell happened, because I feel like all like Stacks Foundation funded projects, like the bigger ones, the kind of the first era, like the cohort.
I feel like when you
I
get
feel like
when you get faded like that,
pandering to them.
well, they're intimidated. I think they're worried because it is like a reasonable solution. I think at the end of the day, like I really like the idea of ordinals in the beginning because I'm like, these are truly uncensorable. You're on the main chain. You're there. And there probably is a use case for people who really need uncensorable transactions that are truly, on chain. And even Stacks, I don't think necessarily limits that, but this is like the truest form of that. But at the same time, that's not what most people are using this shit for, and you don't want to clog up the main chain with all of this extra stuff. And you're never, maybe someday you'll get some AI that'll figure out a way to get all of these things working in an ordinals like way. But until you do, I don't think Rune's solution. I think you ultimately need like a good L2, and I don't know why you wouldn't want that.
Yeah, it's hard to really say there's like, obviously, like community and liquidity are like 99% of like what puts these tokens, regardless of what chain they're on, at any given market cap. So it's hard to like subscribe too much to like the thesis of like it's more permanent on L1 when you still have finality on an L2. Either way, getting pretty technical here.
Yeah, that's pretty technical. All right, so tell me, what have you been working on Stacks? I know you've got Charisma going, so why did you start Charisma? Like what's been your experience with that? Just like
yeah, so Charisma, Dexterity, they're all kind of like evolutions and pivots of like almost almost like a 2.5 year project now, like passion project. Started as this NFT collection, which is the reason I came to Stacks in the first place. I came to make this like NFT collection. I was like, oh really? Sweet, NFTs on Bitcoin. So I made this collection called Bitgear, which is like, it's almost like loot inspired. It's like little like swords and daggers and bows and arrows and armor, and but then like they're different. And there's like the traits are like mithril and copper and iron, steel, and like different wood types. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know. My friend was like really into pixel art, and he was making all this like little RPG shit, and I was like, this is cool. Yeah. Like pixel art is like super hot right now. Like, let's just like make a sweet collection. Like, how hard can that be?
Yeah.
And now 2 years later, I'm like, yeah. So it started as that, and then I was like, I want to make a DAO to like give these items utility, and like make like an on-chain RPG. And so that's when I created like the Dungeon Master DAO, which is inspired by the like Executor DAO, which is sort of like the DAO template for Stacks. And then I was just like kind of just like playing around with Clarity Code and like figuring out like what's possible. And then I eventually pivoted into like a quest to earn platform, because I was like, okay, like I kind of want to work on this more, but I need to like funding or like make it more like product market fit. Like, I don't know if I can get funding for a game, was my thinking. So I was thinking like, okay, what can I like do that's sort of in line with what I'm already doing? So it's just like Quest. It's basically like gig platform, but completely on chain, where it uses oracles to like track if you did like a specific transaction, and then like unlocks some reward that you can claim. Yeah. So I was doing that for a while, and then Welsh took off, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to worry about programming anymore. I'm just going to be tweeting full time. There you go. It's way more fun. It is. Way easier and just awesome. So I was loving that. And then, at a certain period of time, it was like getting diminishing returns on engagement. Ultimately, like, I don't know if like $1 billion liquidity. I can't change the markets. I can just change sentiment a little bit. Ride the waves. So I was like, okay, well, what can I do code-wise to like help out? So I started getting into like rebasing of Memecoins. Just basically started building like DeFi primitives. And over time they get like a little more complicated or a little better, a little more useful, evolving until basically I am where I am now, which is created the Dexterity protocol, which is permissionless pools protocol. Basically, anyone can make and deploy LP combinations, and then there's a multi-hop router, which just connects all of them, and you can just do like infinite swaps.
And they can like set their own fees, right?
Yeah. There's no protocol fees. It's totally permissionless. So like you say you have like 2 Bitcoin and $200 of stables. You can just come to Stacks, deploy it all into a pool, 0 fees. Every time someone swaps between them, you get 100% of those fees.
That's awesome.
So it's like there's no middleman here.
Yeah.
It's like kind of going back to like what Bitcoin's drove me to Bitcoin in the first place. It's like no middleman, cutting it out. It's just people, money, finance. It flows. You can't stop it. And that's what I made, because at the end of the day, I was like, I'm tired of trying to build a business. This is exhausting. I've been doing this shit by myself for so long. Can't trust anybody in this space. I'm just gonna build some disruptive shit that destroys everyone's business model and just put it out there and just be like, fuck all shit.
Honestly, I loved it. When I saw you put that out, I was like, oh, you just fucked every dex. Like, it's like, why? Why would you pay the fees when you just don't have to pay the fees?
I'm just tired. I'm just like tired of the space, man. It's like so fucking uphill battle all the time. Like the market's retarded. Nothing makes any sense. It's like the people who try to build communities get fucked the hardest.
Yeah.
So I'm just this is just me.
I mean, that's what you gotta do though, and I think the hardest part is like being early to this shit. Like some of this stuff just takes time for everyone else to kind of catch up, realize what the value is. Like people are still just now realizing ETH is kind of fucked, and it's gonna take a while for them to realize, oh, do we go to Solana? Do we, try to find a Bitcoin L2? And it takes a while. But sometimes you can fast track it if you can just make stuff that they really like to use. And make it fun. And that's what I liked about like what you're doing with Charisma. You're trying to gamify it, trying to just make it, less soul,
I'm trying to make it less Web 2-y.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to make it like
it's like, why are we just clicking these buttons all the time? And like it's just such a boring experience.
I wanted to make it to the point where like I could just disappear and like it would still work perfectly. Like, that's the goal.
That's Satoshi's, pride and joy is that, you just check out, build something that runs itself.
Honestly, I need an exit strategy. If I keep like programming like this, it's gonna fucking kill me. So I need to be able to just like leave one day. It works, just use it.
That's the way to think about it. But that's what everyone's wondering. They're like, how do you incentivize developers and teams and companies? But it's going to become really hard to compete with guys like you who are one-man armies who can do it all and get it out there. You can promote it. You can build it. You can, do the customer service. Like, those guys, believe me, who are spending millions of dollars a year to do the same thing are definitely on notice as a result. And they're going to have to get more efficient. And so you're going to force the entire market to get more efficient, which is going to make it all better for everyone in the long term.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a curse. Just being like very good at very specific skill set.
It's a curse. No, you have to contribute to the world, and it's not always going to pay off right away.
It's like I'm trying to like find a gig for some money, and I'm like interviewing. I'm like, I built this DeFi protocol. It's $30 billion on it. It's in a specific language called Clarity. It's in crypto too. So if you don't like crypto, you're probably going to write me off right away.
But I mean, times are changing. They're about to attract a ton of crypto money over here. Barely any people have real experience doing it. It'll start to pay dividends. The fact that you've really done stuff, and the fact that you've gotten out ahead of it when it was, just hard to do it. I think it matters.
I'm trying to just maybe, I don't know, think outside the box. Not like outside the crypto box, I guess, and more like, what can I build that brings normies in, or like goes into the normal people world and, creates a bridge in, because I think we're all liquidated.
Yeah, people are broke as fuck. It is crazy. The trenches are so cooked right now. It's actually, I've been watching them since 2013, and it's never been this sad.
like I'm looking at the market caps with like the
Yeah.
Craxel price scanner. Like they're so low. Like
So bad.
like it's like a couple $100,000 for these meme coins that used to be multi-millions. Like you could spend if you threw $100 in there, it'd go up like 10%.
Literally,
and it just will not because no one has any more money.
it's so people are so broke, so depressed, just so deep in the trenches. But all the money is honestly like sitting with the old rich people, and that's why all these people are like Trump was so extractive to the market. I'm like, no, grandmas who have all the money just bought a meme coin for the first time, like that. That's a game changer. Might be a game changer for the kids who are expecting to inherit all their money someday when they blow it all on meme coins. But the fact that like older people are starting to trust this technology, and frankly, they're sitting on most of the money at this point, says a lot. But you got to make it incredibly easy. No one is like, it's very hard to get these people to buy on one exchange, make a new wallet, transfer there, remember that.
Like, we've been paralyzed by like 8 years of very hostile regulations.
Yeah.
100%. Like, what is stopping me right now from just building like a CX or like like an on-ramp? Like, I'll Stripe me money, I'll send you tokens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're also kind of paralyzed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I could put that out and do it, and like, the SEC, like, they'll probably be, certainly I have to do the legal stuff on it, but like, I can, if I actually file the forms to do it, like, I can do that now. Before, it's like, you could fucking sue.
Yeah.
Like, even if you do all the right steps.
No, I mean, I've been doing this literally since 2016. I remember sitting in a room, $2,000 an hour lawyers, 12 hours at a time. And they just argued with each other the whole time, never agreed on anything, never actually gave any guidance.
Like, because no one knew what, like...
Because there was no right answer.
Yeah, there was no right answer. There was no sure way to move forward. You just have to get lucky.
You would have to just risk it. And, like, risk, like, the Ross treatment. Like, literally, I had lawyers tell me, like, you might end up like Ross. So, like, maybe you'll be in jail for God knows how long. And it's like, okay, am I just gonna risk that? And so they scared like an entire generation of entrepreneurs away from doing the stuff that I think.
I'm like I was saying, like, it still feels like we're used to that, and like we need to switch and realize we can start building stuff that normies can use.
But you're way ahead of the curve because it's going to take people still, probably another 6 months. Everyone's on AI still. That's safer. If you're a developer, you're like, okay, I'm not going to jail for anything I build in AI right now. That's kind of where you pivot. But soon, I think once they have some of the stuff they're talking about, tax breaks, to U.S. crypto companies and actually like buying up some of these assets for a U.S. reserve, that can start off. I mean, I couldn't even imagine this stuff 5-10 years ago when I was like interning for Trump at the White House. I was like, should I tell him to like just back the US dollar with Bitcoin? No, like that'd be insane. He would laugh me out of the room.
I did that at every corporate job I had, and the CEO was like, we don't do experimental like securities or like
the number of investors I've had specifically tell me do not turn this money into Bitcoin and try to trade it. I'm like, I would do well. We double our budget. But all right.
If they did that when I said do it, beginning of 2024, they would be doing really well.
That's the thing. You're always like, all right, I'll let you know how you'd be doing if we did. But that's gonna change. And I mean, I had a high risk payments business for a long time. There are a lot of high risk payments company who these credit card processors have absolutely screwed. 5 to 10% processing rates they're doing for anything across like cannabis, CBD, supplements, so Ozempic if you're selling that, adult entertainment, you're just selling porn, you're at a strip club, like all those guys are paying tons of money and they're very interested in Bitcoin as an alternative. They like it because they're like, fuck the banks. All they do is cause me nightmares. They shut me off without notice.
Even Stables for payments and Bitcoin for savings,
Yeah, and they would. That's the thing. They don't want to save their money in banks. They're like, screw the banks. Like, a lot of times they're used to holding money in cash, so they're not getting any kind of yield on it. So they have an alternative, and they're mostly way more forward thinking on Bitcoin than the average merchant, just because they're used to kind of like dealing with people who are.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think we need these phone apps. Like, we need this hardware. Like, we need to put it in people's hands so they can use it, or on their phones in the form of apps like that. needs to
Hardware's
happen.
hard. I'll tell you. I made a crypto phone. Mine was
you
a
know,
pain in the ass to get people to do.
I agree. I will not be doing any hardware myself.
Yeah.
I will definitely work with a team who's built things already.
Yeah. I think apps, but I think AI front ends on apps is great because just crypto software is so cumbersome to use.
It's confusing.
It's confusing as fuck.
Like even people are hesitant going to new chains because it's too much shit to learn.
It's so much to learn.
Already, like I don't even fucking
half the stuff that exists right now on stacks where I'm pretty well learned, I find out I have no idea what's going on.
I've installed like the core apps from different ecosystems. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Like if my AI just had my bank account and like could make me a wallet when I need to buy something, I was just like, hey, go buy this for me, and it was like, okay, here you go. I made you a wallet. I've stored it somewhere safe. I set it all up. Let me know when you want to trade it out for something else. I can auto rebalance it, do X, Y, Z. And it's coming. It's not far away. It's pretty much doable with current technology. And I think it just needs to become reliable enough that people are willing to actually put their money behind it. Because that is scary. To trust that.
Yeah, but I think you start with like simple stuff like read my emails. Like tell me, is there anything important I need to respond to? Like unsubscribe from all the spam, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
I feel like is like a pretty big 10x because honestly, like I have too many notifications, too many emails.
Many.
My original Gmail has so much spam now and like phishing attack sort of content.
It's crazy.
It's like like Google Docs being shared with me, like Google Drive photos being shared with me with like Russian text.
People like docu-signing me lately.
You have 2 Bitcoins to claim. And it's like, no, I do not have 2 Bitcoins to claim. I don't have 2 fucking Bitcoins to rub together. Like,
I wish.
So.
No, that's exactly how it is. But yeah.
All right. What other than tech? Switch it up.
Switch it up. How's the DJ career going? How's the music going?
I did play a New Year's set.
Yeah, that was fun. That seemed fun.
Yeah, I made a bunch of edits, remixes, and then I put them on Twitter because I tried to put them on SoundCloud, and then they all got blocked for copyright reasons and taken back down.
Wow, that's annoying.
So then I was like, I have to use blockchain.
Yeah, I mean, that's real.
But then I put them on Google Drive.
Yeah. That's okay. Can you put them on Spotify?
I probably could if I like credited all like. I think you can put remixes on Spotify.
I think you can. Some people get to.
You can definitely do it. You just need to credit and like set up the royalties correctly. And like that was too much for me at the time. Yeah. I was just like, I have some WAV files and I want to share them.
I mean, that's the thing. People just want to use the app they have. So that's Spotify's everything and Apple Music. You get those two. You gotta chillin'. That's sick. You get to play some events.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Got to play some tunes.
Nice. You get to go to any events lately? Been anything cool?
Yes. What was the most recent one I went to? Nika. Went to Disco Lines.
Oh yeah.
That was intense.
It was intense.
I ate some mushrooms. A little strong. I'm getting old.
The lines are blurry. That sounds fun though.
So we just had a nice week of just walking.
It was a week?
Yeah. Yeah, we got.
Oh, okay. I thought Disco Lines was a week. I was like, damn, that's a festival.
Me and Nika came out to California for her birthday. Birthday week trip travels. Birthday was in January 12th.
Oh,
and yeah, we've just been like chilling and recovering and like mental health, sleeping, going to bed early.
Honestly, that's
waking
the
up
best.
early,
that really
hiking around in the cliffs.
That's awesome.
The weed here is so cheap.
Yeah. Wait, really?
No, it is.
Oh.
For like a vape in Chicago, it's like $70.
Really?
Over here, it's like
that's crazy. It's legal though, right?
Yeah, but it's very regulated.
I mean, we're taxed 40% here.
There's like 4 dispensaries in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's the thing. It was like in DC. They were like 4,
it's like
and it was all trash.
Monopoly.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
The East Coast just isn't doing it right in that Western Midwest.
Cool enough now.
Yeah. But I mean, you go to like Washington, Oregon, it's like even half the price of here. So we're still not doing it quite right. But
they just want to tax us.
They'll take the money. They'll always take the money.
Yeah. but music's good. I think we're going to. I think the next big event we're going to is Ultra. Right? Ultra's good lineup.
Who are you most excited to see at Ultra? Skrillex?
Skrillex be good.
I wouldn't have pegged you. Okay.
I always like to see Subtronics.
Of course, yeah. Subtronics for you. That makes sense.
So yeah, but all our favorite artists are gonna be there because our brother and sister are coming. I got them tickets for Christmas.
Nice.
It's my yeah. It's basically like all our favorite people. Zed's Dead.
Oh, that's good. I saw him at Hard Summer. Yeah, that'll be fun. Nice. Well, I'm glad you guys are out here. Anything else you're doing while you're in LA? Any?
So far, we're gonna figure out what to do tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't really have any plans. So if you have any recommendations,
yeah, like nice places, not
just things to do.
Okay.
Hiking is really fun.
We'd like to see some I don't know if we should do some nightlife stuff tonight. But I know you're leaving.
I actually looked. I tried everything's tomorrow and not tonight.
We could just go to a hole in the wall place.
Yeah, no.
Like a karaoke.
Okay, I'll try and
start
find
some
something.
trouble.
Okay, we'll find something. We'll find.
All right. Yeah.
But if you guys want to do something cute tomorrow, Huntington Library is one of my favorites. So it's it was this railroad magnate's house in the 1900s, and he was this guy who he wanted to be the royalty of England and the UK, or not the UK, England, just Europe.
You want to be a lord.
You want to be a lord, but he wasn't. He was born in America. They never treated him like one. So he's like, fuck them. Then I'll just be smarter. And so he got the biggest book collection in the world. So he has one of the Gutenberg Bibles. He got the original Canterbury Tales. And then he just created this beautiful botanical garden around his entire house. It's one of the most incredible botanical gardens. So it's just like this baller house, basically. And you just go Huntington Gardens.
Okay.
Or Huntington Library and Gardens.
To me, that strikes me as that was his way of trying to pull chicks. He's like, I'm gonna have so many books and this big ass garden.
I'm gonna be more learned than any of them.
I love this shit.
They are. I think he already had a wife at the time. Honestly, I think he was literally just like, why don't these bitches respect me? I got $1 billion. How many railroads I got to build to get the respect of the King of England? And his whole house looks like an Italian villa. It's perfectly manicured to look like kind of European royalty, but they never respected him, which I think is an interesting story. But
we'll check out his gardens.
It's pretty nice. Nice. Basically, the whole area is named after him. He basically built out the entire city. So he was no joke. I would recommend that.
All right.
Anyway, thank you for coming by. This was a great episode. And if you guys have any questions, just let him know. I'll put his Twitter in the bio. I'll add any links. Anything else you want to shout out while you're here? Website link, charisma.rocks? Yeah,
charisma.rocks. Check out the Dexterity protocol. I should have a Twitter for that. I don't yet. It's just a GitHub, basically, and an NPM repository. But I'll make one, maybe. I don't know. Check out Charisma. Poke around.
There you go.
Try and do an arbitrage swap. Make some free money. There's no gas fees on it. Yeah. I just updated to make sponsored transactions.
All right.
So I'm paying for your transactions while you make free money. Arbitrage.
All right.
So what do you have to lose?
Not bad. Not bad. All right. Well, I'll include all the links there, and we'll be back with another episode soon. So thank you guys for listening, and have a great rest of your week.